lot of people are finally speaking up regarding the horrible conditions that everyone who participates in the industry has to deal with. Your performers, your crew, everybody. And for a long time, I feel like I didn't really see it for what it was. And it's like we have this thing where we allow how much money we make to, I'm trying to say this correctly, we determine, like, we use money as a way to compromise ourselves sometimes more than we should. In the industry, some people use, they will compromise themselves for the spotlight, for the fame and all that, and then you have other people that will compromise themselves for the money because you can make a lot of money in it, right? But at what cost? Like, at what cost are we trying to make all this money? And that's in anything in life, not just this industry, just as a whole. Like, I posted this thing where it was talking about my story about why does everything have to be hard? And it's like, that's exactly the wave I've been on for a little bit now, where it's like, I refuse to believe that everything has to be so hard to achieve something out of it, or something worthy out of it, or whatever. That concept of, like, that way of thinking, I think it's like what's destroyed us as people, I'll be honest. We've become obsessed with that notion that you have to struggle, you have to do it in order to succeed. And that's not to say that it doesn't come with struggle, it doesn't come with whatever compromises or whatever. But at the end of the day, the truth is, it's really about perspective. Because if we consider it hard, then we do something to our minds and our bodies, because now our bodies are reacting as such.
Use the right
that
lane
makes
to take
sense.
exit 30 toward Angeles Forest.
Yeah. I feel that if, like, in the video it says, and that's exactly how I've been feeling, where it's like, what if we went into things, with joy, with this, with that, and I know that certain things are not going to be that pretty, right? Because sometimes life is just is what it is. But at the same time, on that,
At the stop sign,
again,
use
it
the right
comes
lane
down
to
to
turn onto Sierra Highway toward Angeles
and
Forest
that's
Highway.
the thing. It's really hard to get people to think differently, like to see a different perspective in it, because they're so emotionally attached to the feelings they've attached to that thing that they don't know how to exit out of that feeling and shift the perspective so that you can feel differently about it. So it's gonna affect you differently.
25 miles, continue straight.
There's so many people that deal with all these mental illnesses, and when you look at all the industries that we've subscribed to, whether it be in Hollywood, or just in general, you know, my issue with a lot of these things have been that it's exhausting. It's way too exhausting, and it's like we shouldn't have to like produce that much labor to be compensated decent, if that. People don't even get that, you know. And we can depend on the system to find a way for us all day if we want to, but at the end of the day, it's not going to do nothing for you, because only you have control of your life. Like, people don't really understand that. Like, literally only you. You're the one that has to make the moves. You're the one that has to do the stuff and act on the gifts that you have been given. Like, you're the one that has to act on those stuff. I don't care what you subscribe to, what you believe in. If you don't put in the work that needs to be put in from whatever gifts you were given, then nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. So it's like, we should never worship people and wait for them to try to find a way for us. What we do know, regardless of whatever side you're on right now in this world, because so many people are so divided, which is so stupid to me, but it is what it is, right? But whatever side you're on, regardless, I think we can all agree that we have subscribed to a lot of things that have been given to us. Some looked pretty, some didn't. That we have to kill ourselves in order to be recognized or respected or any of that. Like, or whatever the case is. We don't have to compromise ourselves for anything or anybody. Like, I don't care what it is in life. I don't care what opportunity it is in life. If we don't stay true to who we truly are, we're always going to keep trying to find ourselves. I know this because I was that person at one point. I was really that person at one point. And my growth is so much more, you know, deeper within, because I've stopped searching for everything else and everyone else to save me. I already know who I am. I know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what God has given me. Like, I know the powers I have already. I don't need to sit there and try to convince the world of that. Like, I know what it is. I know what I have. I know the potentials I have. I know what I've been called here to do. I know my purpose. I know who I am. And that right there is everything, because for a long time I didn't know who I was. And I talk a lot about that, a portion of it, in my new book. Because that's what this experience of being a mother has, like, took me on a beautiful fucking journey of myself. You know? So it's like, some people go through when they have children, some people go through it in other times in life without children. I don't, you know, everybody has their own, you know, journey of when it's their time to go through whatever journey they go through to really know who they are and know what they're here to do. So in the process of getting to that, what we also can agree in, despite whatever side you're on, is that when you are walking in your full purpose of who you are and what you're here to do, right? You're more at peace. You're less judgmental. Because you're not trying to sit here to save the world and change everybody, because we can't do that. We can influence and inspire people and do all these things. We can't literally change anybody. We can't. The only thing we can do is be like our true, authentic self, and whoever accepts that accepts it, and whoever doesn't, doesn't. Because you're not here to please the world. That's not what we're here to do. We're not here to worship anybody. We're not here to please anybody. We're not here to do any of that shit. We're here to stay true to who we are and walk as divine beings in our purpose. And we've shortchanged ourselves because these things that we've agreed to have totally stripped us away from having any moment to just sit there and process a day, process a moment, process a feeling. Nobody be having time for that because they're sitting there just running in a circle like just a rat race, just running around, not stopping to see what the fuck is happening. Because they're obsessed with all these exterior things that are supposedly going to satisfy them. I don't know. That's me. I have a little drive right now. That was in my head. I wanted to share it. I did my little wake and bake for the road. You know what I'm saying? Weed calms me down. You know, like, I know some people are very judgmental on that shit. But a lot of people that are judgmental on it is because of whatever they've seen with it is like a bad, stigma of it. Does that make sense? It's just a bad experience with it, you know what I mean? Shit like that. But like, I don't judge anybody for what they do. To each his own. As long as you're a good person, man, as long as you ain't trying to fucking hurt nobody, you treat people good, you respect people, I respect you. That's the way I move. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Other than that in a person. Like, that's it. If you're a good person, you know what I mean, and you at least, do good by your family, by yourself, you know what I mean, you respect people, you show people love, you know what I mean, like, that's all. But we live in a world where people have all these conditions with people, you know what I mean, and they always want to judge people for what they do or what they don't do, you know what I mean, and that's just corny. But anyways, when you walk in a place of more peace, when you're walking within yourself, you know who you are, there's less of that. There's no room for that. What was I saying? See, I'm just going off because I'm fucking high. It calms me down. It really does. I do enjoy it. I'm very creative in it. A lot of people can't be like that. Like, I'm so creative with it. Like, I write some shit with this. And I can write without it too, you know what I mean? But I just fucking enjoy it, you know what I mean? You gotta do whatever the fuck you wanna do. You gotta pick your poison, right? Alright, y'all. You guys have a good day. This is my TED Talk.